my presentation is going to be entitled Exploring the Magic of Artificial Intelligence. I'll just take you through a general overview of artificial intelligence, what exactly it is, what it entails, and the subfields that are in AI, and also the advantages of AI, disadvantages of AI, how to learn AI, and maybe a brief view of the future of artificial intelligence. So one may ask, what exactly is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence these are systems that can perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. So in other ways, with artificial intelligence, we are just training machines to learn things that otherwise would be done by human beings. For example, understanding the natural languages and recognizing patterns, and then making decisions, learning from the experience that they would have been taught. So in simple terms, you are just teaching a computer to do the things that would normally be done by a human being, or that would normally require human intelligence to be done. So one may ask, how exactly does AI work? So AI uses big data algorithms. So these big data algorithms, these are like rules for computers. These they learn from data and experience and the knowledge that they have to perform specific tasks. So AI, it works on things that would have been given to it. So, and it can be given a lot of data to train patterns, to train, if there are languages, they can train the languages as it would have been, as it would be spoken, and it can also recognize patterns even in the, in terms of patterns that would be available, or it can also analyze images. Then as the more it learns, the more it becomes better. So what determines how an AI system is better or not, it's about what you enter, what you do, what you give it, how you train it will determine the results that you will get on it. So artificial intelligence, we can just say, as you can see from the picture that I've just shown, it's like you are teaching it to mimic what exactly it is that a human being would rather do, whether it's vision, whether it's natural language, or whether it's robotics and many other fields that I might not have mentioned here. So you think of AI is like teaching a pet new tricks, but you're just doing it with computers. Think of how you teach your dog, how you train your dog to pot, how you teach your dog to use the pot, how you teach your dog the time to eat. So the more you teach it, the more it learns, and the more it gets to understand what exactly it is supposed to do. So that's the same thing that happens with AI. You teach, you train, you train, you train. And if you see that the results are not coming out the way you want them, you go back, you look at your data, you look at the models that you have been developing, you look at the way in which you had developed your programs, and then you try to make improvements, then you look at the results, you go back again. So it's like a cycle that you'll be carrying out over and over again as we try to improve our systems and as we try to find solutions to the problems that we face. Then, what exactly are the types of AI? So AI can be grouped into 3 types. The first type is what we call artificial narrow intelligence. So artificial narrow intelligence, it is designed to perform a specific task or a single task. For example, things like voice recognition, for example, things like image recognition or recommendations or streaming services. If for people with iPhones, you can check how you use Siri, that's an narrow intelligence. It recognizes a voice and then it performs an action. Look at things like when you open your Facebook, you can get some recommendations over the things that you look at, or even the things that you watch on YouTube. You get to see the recommendations that come out. It's about, that is artificial narrow intelligence. It has been trained to look at the things that you would have been watching or the things that would have been happening so that it can decide what to tell you to do to do next. So that's about artificial narrow intelligence. So at the moment, artificial narrow intelligence is what is common, and more AI is developing, and you will see that even as we go, there are a lot of things that will be coming out in the field of artificial intelligence. Then the second type is artificial general intelligence. So artificial general intelligence, it possesses the ability to understand, to learn, and apply knowledge across a wide range of tasks. So in other ways, artificial general intelligence, it has the ability of performing the things just as the human mind does. So at the moment, ChatGPT and these large language models have tried to do that, but they haven't yet reached, it's still a theoretical concept. They haven't yet reached the peak of doing exactly what the human mind does. But that's exactly the idea of artificial general intelligence, to perform tasks that would generally be done by a human being. And then we go to artificial super intelligence. So this is type of intelligence that surpasses human intelligence in virtually every aspect. You can imagine a system that can do more than what a human can do. They can surpass what the tasks that human beings can do. So in other ways, we are saying with super intelligence will be more, and it is actually do more than what a human beings can do. So at the moment, as you can see on the diagram, we currently have the artificial narrow intelligence, which is currently common in the artificial intelligence that is available. And then in the future, we are expecting a human general AI, which can do what humans can do, and super AI, which is actually smarter than human beings. Then we move on to types, or rather AI subfields. So AI is a broad field, like I said in the beginning, and AI can be grouped into machine learning and deep learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI, and it focuses on enabling machines to learn from data without explicitly being programmed. So it involves algorithms that allow systems to improve their performance on a specific task through experience and data analysis. So you feed it with data, you feed a model with data, you train it with data, and then you test it to see whether it's actually doing the things that you're expecting it to do. So these whole systems, they all operate properly or better as you train them, also depending on the instructions that you have given them, so them to come up with the solutions that you will be requiring. Then we move on to deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning, but deep learning now, it utilizes artificial neural networks with multiple layers to process complex patterns. So you'd see that deep learning, it can deal with patterns that are more difficult that cannot be dealt with machine learning because they are so complex. You can think of things like self-driving cars, or things like speech recognition, or things like ChatGPT. That needs a lot of there are a lot of patterns that are involved in those models that needs to be tackled. So you'd find that deep learning, it performs processes that involve complex patterns, which is what machine learning cannot do. But all these fields, you look at artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, they are all fields under a multidisciplinary approach that I can term data science, which seeks to attract value from data, to obtain insights from data. So in other ways, what we are just saying is we are trying to obtain meaningful insights from the data that we obtain, and then we provide solutions that